neck for as long as this devil has. Being in a country for 400 to 500 years and your situation not changing just because they tell you you're no longer in slaves or in chains does not mean that you are free. That does not make you free. What makes you free is learning who you are, knowing your culture, knowing your language, knowing what food you should eat, knowing what God you should praise. Those are the things that make you free. But here in America, you taught that if you want to get somewhere, you got to be just like the oppressor who put you here. You have got to be plant pushers, cocaine covetous. You have got to be a brother that is going to do every evil thing to get where you want to be in this planet Earth. If you do not want to have to suffer and go through hell no more, I got a place that you can go. But I'm going to pull some out of this Bible that is going to show you the way to truth. It is going to show you how life is in America and how life is for every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian male under the sound of my voice right now. We're going through hell because we are taught the ways of our oppressor. And our oppressor does not give us no righteous way. He tells you, if you want money, you better go kick a door. Because who can survive off of 725? Who can survive off of 825? Who can survive off of 9 and 10 and 11 and 12, 25? Hell, not nobody I know. Not even in the ghetto can you live with such a minuscule wage. I'm going to give you the truth according to the Most High God. This, brother, Proverbs 1:1 is where we're going to start in. I want to show you something that is going to blow your mind, black man. This is all of us in America. If you claim to be a young nigga, a young Hispanic, a young Native Indian brother, I'm going to show you your life in this Bible. And I'm going to teach you how to get out of the life that they have you trapped in. Because we like to sell their drugs, right? We like to go in their traps, right? Well, guess what? Here in America, this entire damn thing is a trap. I'm going to show you how to be a lion and scare off the trap, and how to be a fox and outsmart the trap. Watch this right here. Read that. Let's start at Proverbs 1:1.
Son of a gun. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it reads, the Proverb of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel.
You hear that? First of all, let's start right here. Solomon was the son of David. They both were kings. So guess what kind of mind state I'm trying to put you in right now, black man? The mind state of a king. Right. Because that's what you claim you are in America, right? You can't be a king doped up and high. You can't be a king kicking doors and killing your own brothers or unaliving your own brothers. You gotta be smarter than that. You gotta be more thorough than that. You gotta be more gangster than that. I'm going to show you how to be a true gangster, how to follow the Most High God and get away from these wicked devils that want to see you oppressed. Because as the scriptures say, oppression will make you mad. Trying to please a woman, a filthy, wicked woman, will make a brother mad, will make him go insane, will make him do things that he never thought that he would do. You will find yourself in the trenches doing harm to people that look just like you, trying to find their way out of the trenches.
Right.
This is the hell that we suffer through every day. Let's keep reading now.
Son of a gun, verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction. 2. Perceive the words of understanding. Verse 3. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity. Verse 4. To give subtlety to the simple. To the young man knowledge and discretion.
Discretion. See, this is what y'all got need. This is what you need right here. Wisdom, knowledge, and discretion. Black people have been struggling for so long that having wisdom, we only look up to their nation for wisdom. We say the Chinese man is the smartest in math. We say the East Indian man is the smartest in whatever, what is it, science? We say the white man is just Almighty God. That's what we give these people. We give these people all the accolades that belong to us. We give these people everything great, but when we talk about our people, oh, that ain't nothing but a Negro. Oh, that ain't nothing but a spick. That ain't nothing but a wetback. That ain't nothing but a savage. Our people are greater than that. I'm going to give you knowledge, understanding, and discretion. I'm going to show you how to move in these streets, as they say. I'm going to give you the game according to God. Read this up.
Verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Read it one more time.
Verse 5. A wise man will hear.
A wise man will hear. A brother that has had experience dealing with these hells and these devils out in the earth, this brother will understand and hear. If you a brother that has ever had to sell dope, have ever had to kick a dope, have ever had to pimp a whore, have ever had to do anything evil just to get $1 in America, let me show you something, man. It's a way out of that. And it's a way out of that today. Read it again.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
This knowledge right here, this is not knowledge. Or as a matter of fact, this is knowledge that is going to help you overcome the prison or the school to prison pipeline. This knowledge right here is going to have you excel further than the college. This is going to have you excel further than graduate school. This is going to help you more than $1 can. This is going to help you more than anybody that thinks they have some educational knowledge. This will help you more. Let's keep going.
Verse 6. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark saying.
From down to verse 9.
Verse 9. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chain about thy neck.
I'm about to give you something so heavy, it's going to hold your neck down. It's going to hold your head down. This is going to hold your feet on the ground. This knowledge that I'm about to give you right now, this is going to put you 10 toes down in the game. Watch this. There are people, there are some of us who just wanted to live a better life. We started from nothing. We had nothing. And now we have to do as Drake said, started from the bottom, now we here. We gotta come up. We are people that want to come up and want to make things greater. But because we don't have the knowledge of what we ought to do, we do the first thing that come to mind. And what's the first thing that come to a black man's mind when he say, I gotta get some money? He gotta sell some dope. That's what we say. We gotta jack something. We gotta kick a dope. We gotta do wickedness just to prevail in this kingdom. That ain't right. I'm gonna show you how. Read that out.
Verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Verse 11. If they say,
hold on, somebody read that one more time.
It's the book of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 10. And it reads, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
If sinners entice you, consent with them not. Let me tell you what a sinner is. Someone that is going to tell you, hey, we're about to go and do an evil thing. You should come and join us. We're about to go and kick doors, jack whores, and do whatever. What Ice Cube said, we call it a rat pack. There's nothing to do, so we gang up, see somebody, and we run them down and we gun them down. That is how a lot of us are having to live here in America, just to have status, money, and wealth. We're giving up our basic freedoms, putting our children at risk, putting our wives at risk, putting our lives at risk, just for, as a matter of fact, let me stop that. There was a sister, and somebody look this story up. There was a sister 2 days ago, I believe. She enticed a man to come and buy some box. When she took him behind the building, she murdered him for $60. She murdered him for $60. And then I want you to go and look up another story. Go and see the people that got shot at the Kroger on what's that, Shelby Drive and Airways the other day, just for trying to find a spot to sell their Mother's Day baskets. That's the life we live in. Trying to sell Mother's Day baskets and getting our heads blown off in front of everyday convenience stores. The black man don't get no rest. The brother brought out that we are going to say, damn, I wish it was the evening time. Damn, I wish it was the night time, because we can't find rest at no time. All day, every day, we running up and down the block looking for some rest, looking for somebody to give us some kind of peace of mind. Where do you go as a black man to find peace? Where do you go? You can't go to work, because that's called a slavery. You can't go out in the streets because your own brother will murder you or the damn police. You can't go home because the woman that you celebrate and put in the bed of Most High God tomorrow, she gives you all kinds of hell. Where are you supposed to go? What are you supposed to do? The black man is just supposed to work and die, I guess. Maybe that's our life goal, to work and die. Slave, 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 die, nigga, die. That's how they come at us. That's how they want us to be. There is a people that will tell you, look, we should do evil, and if you want to get rich, nigga, you gotta come with us. There is a people that want to tell you and entice you and tell you, look, whoa, hey, Salaki, I know some hip hop heads back here. There is a story, I believe it's called The Devil's Dance. And this story is a ill, sick story. Who made that song? Okoyala?
Immortal Technique.
Immortal Technique. Wrote the song called The Devil's Dance. And this brother was enticed into a world of having to, you understand, a world of riches and glory and having everything that you want. But first, he had to commit a crime. He had to commit an act of crime. And this is the way they trap all of us. I remember hearing about gangs in LA and how they made their way on down to the south and out to the east and up north. And they weren't recruiting 18, 19, 20, 30-year-old men. No, they were going for your babies. They was going for gang members that's 11 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old. And you know why? Because if they catch a body for you, they don't go to jail. They release them back onto the streets. That's the way it works. These people are using your children to make your children hate you and to build up their lifestyle. There is a people that will entice you, and he will say, listen, all you gotta do is this one thing for the gang, and you down. So you mean to tell me that you're about to throw your life away? Has anybody ever committed a murder? Salakia, for saying, but I need to make this clear. Have you ever had to take a life and then try to go to sleep at night? These brothers do not get any sleep. This is the life of the young and the reckless. They have to stay up popping pills, sipping lean, smoking weed, snorting cocaine, because the only way to get away from the hell that they in is to take their mind off of it with drugs and alcohol. That is the trap of saying, of a sinner saying to you, come with me and we'll change your life. The brother Immortal Technique said in this song, Billy had to go out and do something for the gang. Billy agreed with it. Billy went on, and when you get to the end of the story, spoiler alert, Billy had to go on and sexually assault a woman. He had to beat a woman. They broke her jaw, they took her for money, they took her to the top of the building, and at the end of it, guess what? Billy realized that he just did all of that to his own mother. This is the life that we live in America. Well, we think that we're about to get ahead with some people that love us, some brothers that are going to embrace us. But what do we find in the end? Total hell, death, and destruction. And because we can't take these things that happen to us, what do we do in America? We commit suicide. We just go ahead and keep getting high. Or we just go ahead and dive completely into the lifestyle until they take us off. It breaks my heart to hear young men say, yeah, I jumped off the porch at 11. Yeah, I started having sex with grown women at 11. Yeah, I started selling drugs at 11. Yeah, I started pimping whores at 11. Yeah, I did every wicked thing by the time I was 13 years old. That's most of us in America. We live in hell, and there's nobody to take us out except for the ISUPK.
That's right.
If you are not under the voice of Commanding General Yahana, you are going to struggle through this hell alone. Alone. That's the hardest part about being in America and having to struggle. You gotta do it alone, but not in here. And here, if you got issues, we'll counsel you through them issues. We'll give you therapy through those issues. We'll actually take action to make sure that your issues are far from you. But let's keep reading this.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, Salaki, chapter 1 and verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay, Salaki, let us lay in and wait for blood, let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause.
This is what they'll tell you. Hey, y'all want to catch a body? Anybody want to catch a body? Anybody want to be down with the clique? This is what you got to do. Let's go spin the block. There's some that will tell you that if you go spin the block, they'll weep. As a matter of fact, before I even tell you what they'll say, let's keep reading.
Verse 12. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave.
Not swallowed up. Not swallowed up. Yeah, you hit them streets, you are going to get swallowed up. The streets are going to take you and do you like a dirty, filthy woman. They are going to do everything to you possible. They're going to put you on your head, on your back, and that everywhere but on your feet. That's how you get when you walk into the streets. But keep going on.
As the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. Verse 13, we shall find all precious substance.
Although they'll gather you, and not only are they saying, look, it's time to catch a body, but we're going to take everything they got. Some of us have ran with a gang. Some of us have ran with people in the world that wanted to kick doors and they wanted to murder. There's always one in the group that just got this thing in him that he just got to do the most wicked thing possible. There's someone in that group that has got to sexually assault a woman. There's someone in that group that has got to take a life. There's someone in that group that has just got to be disgusting. And this man is going to affect the entire group. He's going to push the limits to how high and how far we can go in this group. And if you down with the gang, you can do anything. This is what I'm trying to tell you. These people will have you thinking that you have real freedom and real peace and you living real good when you know all over your mind, I'm going to jail. Somebody's going to kill me. And what do they say? It may be one of my own homies. You can't even trust the people in the streets when they taking you out. Real quick, man. It's crazy what this brother just said. He said sexual assault. I want to tell you now, I know y'all been worried about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, right? I'm going to tell you right now, Drake is a nasty bastard.
That's right.
While you sitting there worried about that beef, that little battle they got, this is what Drake said about a girl that's under 18 in front of everybody on stage. Read that out.
Hey, y'all gonna have me get carried away again? I get in trouble for the, you know, like this. How old are you?
Nah, brother, look, I want you to say, this is a quote from Drake, the rapper Drake. This is a quote from him. I want you to realize how much sexual assault really happens. While there's a problem, look, Memphis, y'all got a serious problem with homosexuality. I'm just gonna go and say it. The alternative lifestyle, and we wonder why, right? I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's a lot of people suffering from trauma.
Right.
It's a mental illness.
That's right.
From sexual assault.
That's right.
You got a lot of little girls. And look, this is by, admonition. Look the word up, admonition. It's like a warning. America is hunting down Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian little girls.
That's right.
They are in their sights. They getting sexually assaulted every day.
That's right.
If you don't believe me, look at your near church and see how many sexual assaults of little girls and little boys is happening in your church. But don't nobody say nothing. What about your family? They telling you don't go up there to Uncle Charles' room. Don't go down the hallway where Uncle Charles at. Because they know what Uncle Charles doing.
Right.
But are we doing anything about it? No, we let it slide. Because our little girls are being assaulted sexually. They being cast like lots, like dice. They being gambled. Our little boys are being gambled. But we're going to read this article because Drake, you a nasty bastard.
Right.
And this come out of his own mouth. Read it out just like it is.
How y'all gonna have me get carried away again? I get in trouble for the shit like this. How old are you? Asked the hotline bling performer. Jay can be heard saying, 17.
So now we know Drake is talking to a 17-year-old. She on stage. It's just in him. He got this lust for her. This is on stage in public. Now I know a lot of you was thinking it ain't nothing wrong with that, right? That means there's something wrong with you, nigga.
That's right. That's right.
That's how serious this is.
That's right.
Because you think it's nothing wrong with you. Now what if that was your 17-year-old daughter? But let me guess, you think that's cool though, huh? As long as it's Drake. Because Drake got money. Drake is rich. So that means that Drake can assault your 3-year-old, your 6-year-old, your 13-year-old.
Right.
All it takes is the right price.
Right.
So 17 ain't cool either. Keep reading.
Saying 17 in response. I can't go to jail yet, man.
I can't go to jail. What?
Yet, man.
He know it's wrong. Why would he say that? This is Drake talking about a little young girl. I can't go to jail yet, man. So does that mean he's done this before? Y'all gonna get me in trouble? Keep reading.
17? Why do you look like that?
Why do you look like that? Drake, what she look like?
Right.
She look like a grown woman to you, huh, Drake?
Right.
Drake, you a nasty bastard. You're a sexual deviant, just like any other person walking on this earth that think these little girls are women.
That's right.
They like flowers, man. They're not even bloomed yet. That's the problem with America. We thinking it's cool for our little girls to walk around in these leggings. Do you know how much body is showing in leggings?
Right.
You can not only see the butt, but you can see her print in the front. We talking about little girls, man. Y'all don't remember in these churches, they got videos of little girls twerking?
Right.
Why would a little girl have to learn how to twerk? Now here's the number one question. Where's she learn it from?
Right.
Happy Mother's Day.
Ah.
Anything else? Come on.
Drake said, you're thick. Look at all this.
This is what Jake said about this little girl. Read it again.
You're thick. Look at all this.
Say it one more time. This is what Drake said about an underage girl at his concert. He said, what up?
You're thick. Look at all this.
You are thick. Look at all this. You're going to get me in trouble. Y'all going to get me in trouble for this shit. That's Drake's words, not mine. Keep going.
Drake responds as the audience boos.
Drake respond as the audience boo. Brother, give me 1 Corinthians 10:6. Give me a second, Barack. I ain't gonna be long, man. Give me a second, Ice. I ain't gonna be long. Y'all gonna speak up. Give him a little more time. But look, it's sick what's going on in America, and we can't let this ride. This is the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. If you can hear us speaking, and you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, this is for you.
That's right.
If you of any other nation, we ain't talking to you, so you can kick rocks, you can keep walking. It don't matter. Now listen, we gotta stop being so sick. Look, there was a payment paid by the Lord to Eddie Long. And what did Eddie Long do? He was a sexual deviant. What about T.D. Jakes? T.D. Jakes just stepped down for being swallowed up. Where he at now? He lost his whole congregation. Had to pass it off. Now we're going to come to a scripture about that too. Because see, you know what the Lord say about what Eddie Long, what happened to him when he died of so-called sickness, and we all know it was AIDS? He was unalived, excuse me, Kayala. He was unalived, Eddie Long, because he was playing with them boys. That's why he was unalived.
That's right.
He was unalived by the Most High in Christ. Get the Most High in Christ in
That's
here.
right.
Eddie will love you a long time. If you 15 and under.
Right.
And now look at him. He's 6 feet and under.
That's right.
Let's read.
Colonel McCunn, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 6, and it reads, now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things.
Now see the things that we're seeing in America today. Memphis, what you seeing in your city, Barack Obama came up, he gave you some good information about all the unalivement, all the destruction of people's lives happening in Memphis. You know why that's happening? Because it should be an example to us of what sin brings. Sin will bring destruction to your life. You can't even be smoking weed the way you smoking weed.
Right.
The reason why you smoking weed is because you're trying to numb yourself from the problems of America every day.
That's right.
That's the only reason. Since you're trying to numb your problems when you was molested. Brother, you're trying to numb your problems when you was bullied and you was told by your mama you ain't shit. That ain't the truth, brother. But you ain't gonna find it in America. You ain't gonna find it in the Christian church.
right.
The Christian church allows alternative lifestyles. It allows drugs. It allows abuse of children. So if the church is a place where people are sick and they supposed to be healed, why ain't nobody coming out of the church healed? Why every time you go into church, they don't have no answers for you if you ask them what does Christ look like. If you say I can't pay my bills, you know what they tell you? Pray about it, brother,
Right,
by the
right.
blood of Jesus.
Right.
Is that an answer for you? It's not. So we got to look at all these things that's happening to our people as an example. That's what the scriptures say. Read again.
Donald McCall, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 6. And it reads, now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they are also lusty.
Look, what Drake is doing, you got my, yeah, I got my phone. Come get my phone now. What Drake is doing was a lustful thing. That's something that he should not be doing. And we shouldn't be looking at it like, we shouldn't be looking at it, Koyala. We shouldn't be looking at it like Drake is, the only thing we're thinking about Drake is when he's battling Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
See, all of that stuff is covering up all the evil that he's doing. Even the evil that we let these preachers get away with.
Right.
We let these people, these mayors and these governors and all this. We got to stop letting that stuff slide.
That's right.
Keep reading.
That's right.
Colonel Cud, verse 7. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. Verse 8. Neither let us commit fornication.
Let us not commit fornication. You know what fornication is? I know your Christian church ain't never teach you what that is.
Right.
They just told you don't do it, heathen. You know the heathen is not even who you are. Your grandmama told you a heathen was just a cuss word when you acted bad.
Right.
A heathen is any other nation besides blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians,
That's
the two
right.
Jews of the Bible.
That's right.
That's what a heathen is. That's how confused this world is. Keep reading.
Colonel McCall, and some of them committed and fell in one day 320,000.
Read from the top one more time of 8.
Colonel McCall, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 8, and it reads, neither let us commit fornication, and some of them committed.
That fornication is any unlawful sex. Brothers, stop having sex with them little girls, man.
Right.
Stop. Like that brother, what's his name? The Rocky Jock, what's his name?
Jock
Where the
Lee.
Rock at?
Jock Lee.
Jock Lee. You think it's cool for you to have these little girls unbraid your hair in the middle of class? That's not your job. Your job is to teach them little sisters and protect them.
Right.
That's your job. You're grooming them. First it's unbraid your hair, then it's massage your back, then you massaging their back.
Right.
That's what you do when you groom people. You're grooming them little girls to one day you can put your rod in their vagina. It happens in the Christian church. Y'all telling me you ain't never heard when you went to high school or grade school, them teachers wasn't having sex with them little girls?
Right.
Come on, man. But then it's like a tally mark. You get a score for that. Here's the double standard. When you a young boy, when you a young teenager in school, and you have sex with your teacher, nigga give you a high five. And that's really destroying you, brother. Because now you're looking at women like they just walk in boxes, like they just walk in vaginas. Now you're taking part in the destruction of these little girls, man.
Right. That's right.
That's how sick the cycle is. Give me Joel 3:3. I'm gonna show you what America and Drake and Eddie Long and people like this are doing to us. And the scriptures tell us this. That's why it's so important for you to come up here and learn this Bible. You got questions, bring them to us. We can answer any question in this Bible, man.
That's right.
And this Bible has the answers to every problem of every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian family.
Right.
America can't solve the problem of you going through stress, being broke, being treated as a C-class citizen. It set that up.
That's right.
America been set up for us to be destroyed and fail. I don't care if you got people like Oprah and LeBron. What they doing for their own people?
That's right.
Really? Last time I checked, LeBron wears skirts and purses.
Right.
I can't have my son look up to him. Last time I checked, Oprah Winfrey got a school over in Africa, and them little girls end up being sexually assaulted.
That's
They ain't
right.
telling you nothing about that.
That's right.
And I'm supposed to look to them as role models? Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Why are we looking at superstars like they role models? We don't have any black leaders. You realize that? It's for the feds.
That's right.
So you telling me now we gotta look up to 2 Chainz? What's the other dude name in Memphis? What's his name? 2 Times something? What's his name? Finesse 2 Times. We gotta look up to him. What you need to look up to is hold this Bible up. Brothers that are obeying this Bible and do not turn their back on their
That's
people.
right. Damn right.
That's who you need to get the truth from.
That's right.
How to live, how to build your family. Now let me show you what America is doing. Like Drake and Eddie Long and all these people that don't care about their people. This is what they doing. Let's read.
Colonel Wakan, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3, and it reads, and they have cast lots for my people.
They have what?
Cast lots for my people.
If you know what casting lots is, that's another phrase for shaking dice. They are gambling with our people.
Right.
Our people are a joke to America. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, look, that so-called Jewish man don't love you. He run everything. He run Hollywood, he run hip-hop. What's the music that gets the most play? Any music that's talking about the destruction of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Put out something positive. Look at what they doing to China Monet. She says she cooked, she cleaned, she had sex, and she shut up. Do you know they trying to shame her for that song? Look, let me tell you like this. Give me Proverbs, I think 27 and 23. I think it's the ditch. What's the one I want with the ditch? Yeah, like a ditch. I think it's Proverbs 27 and 23. Try that. There's one more person I want to talk about before I get up off this mic. Hey, Sexy Red is a roach.
Right.
She is a sexy roach. If you like roaches, then you like Sexy Red. I'm trying to refrain from saying what I really want to say. But we're trying to go on social media. I don't want to get banned. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with roaches unless you're trying to stomp them out.
That's right.
Unless they're trying to infiltrate your home.
Right.
Who has a pet roach? Who says roaches look good and cute?
Right.
I see albino roaches all day. I've been
right.
seeing them all day in this city. Albino roaches. But look, sexy snow roaches. I like that one. That's snow roaches all over this place.
That's right.
Get the Lord a hand for giving Israel
The lingo.
not making us look like roaches.
That's
But look, we look like roaches when we go against the law, though.
Right.
And that's what's wrong with Sexy Red. Sexy Red got mad because the school kicked her out for smelling like weed. She got mad for that. This is the same woman that at her baby shower, she was getting her groceries ate. If you know what that means. She got her groceries ate. On the latest, it was a country music show, an award show. Do you know what they hired Sexy Red to do while the country music guys are burning? Guess what she was doing the whole time on stage? Twerking. That's it. They just want your ugly, black, roach-looking self to twerk. That's her weapon. That's all they wanted her to do. Let me tell you, what you turning your daughter into when you let her look at Sexy Red, when you let her act like Sexy Red, when you think Sexy Red is attractive. This is what the book, this Bible, says about people like Sexy Red the Roach. Let's read.
Colonel McCunn, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch.
A whore is what?
Is a deep ditch.
Start from the top. Read that again.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch.
A whore is a deep ditch. That's what the Bible says.
That's right.
Why do you think a woman that is a whore is being described as a deep ditch? What happens to ditches? You can get a car stuck in a ditch. This lip right here, if the ditch is deep enough, will fall in there. That building right there, if the ditch is deep enough, will fall in there. So Sexy Red is a deep ditch. Is that what the reputation you want as a whore black woman? Hispanic woman, Native Indian woman?
That's right.
No, the Bible says that you are like rare rubies.
Right.
You are beautiful. It describes you as the daughters of Zion, not a deep ditch that anything can fall into, that hole. Keep going.
And a strange woman is a narrow pit.
And a strange woman is a narrow pit. Look, I'm about to get off this mic, but it's two things I want you to understand, Memphis. Two things I want you to understand that I'm saying today. Drake is a sick, sexual deviant bastard, and you better not let your little daughters listen to him. And Sexy Red is an ugly roach that is a deep ditch. Look, I'm going.
Give that priest a hand, man. That's right. Let's go to Mark 3 and 27. And we gonna put this thing to rest real quick. We are gonna take this to bed because I want my people and my people only to see something. The reason why we're in the conditions that we're in, the reason why we have Drakes and Sexy Reds and Jock Lees running around our community is because we have lost all of our protection. We have lost the people that are going to make sure that nothing happens to us. The police of the house. The reason we have Trayvon Martins and Mike Browns and George Floyds and Tyree Nichols, the reason we have those kind of brothers is because we have thrown away the very thing that is going to protect us. The black man, the Hispanic man, and the Native Indian man. We have got to make sure that those things become full circle in the earth. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. Read that out.
Colonel McCunn, this is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods.
Let me tell you something. There is no child that can kick a door, steal a key, or do none of that if you have a strong man in the house. Let me tell you, that child, that's a little boy that want to run the streets, oh, his daddy will get him in order.
Right.
Mama can't deal with a young boy at his masculinity at the age of 12 and 13 years old.
Right.
He's too much trouble. Hell, I got 2 sons already. They ain't number 3 and 4. And my rib calling me crying because them young boys are taking her damn feet out. Let me tell you something. You need a man in the house. Without that father, that woman is going to be subject to every wicked and evil thing under the goddamn sun. Read it one more time.
Colonel McCunn, this is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 27. And it reads, no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first finds a strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
That's how we became spoiled. They came into our houses. They said, look, black woman, I'm going to give you food stamps, I'm going to give you Rick, I'm going to give you TANF, I'm going to give you everything that you need to not need that nigga. Right. That's what they did to us. And before we knew it, that black man was non-existent. But guess what the trick was? Guess what the damn trick was? They ran game on the black community. You can close that out. Read this first thing right here where it says victims. Read that out.
Colonel McCunn. Victim. The fact is, black women and girls are more vulnerable to sex trafficking than other races.
Listen to this. Our black women, Hispanic and Native Indian little girls and women, you are more susceptible to sex trafficking than any other race. You know what that means? They looking for you. They are looking for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women to be walking out here alone so that they can snatch you up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, and put you in a shipping container and send you to some damn hole in Iraq somewhere that you can get peed on in Dubai. Right. That's what they doing to us. That's what they doing to our little girls. Keep reading.
With 40% of all victims and survivors of sex trafficking found to be Black in a 2-year study by the U.S. Department of Justice.
They said 40% of all sex trafficking victims are little Black girls and Black women. 40%. So that means out of 100,000 people, 40,000 of them Black women and Black girls. Out of 10 people that get taken and put into sex trafficking, Black girls and Black women, you are 4 of them. You are 4 of them. So just think about that. The white woman got 1, the Japanese woman got 1, the Asian woman got 1, the Iranian woman got 1, the Iraqi woman got 1, the East Indian got 1, the rest of them Black girls. The rest of them are Black girls getting snatched up off the streets just to be sex trafficked in America and across the seas. Keep going down. Let me add that. What else? And this is my last one, and I'm going to be done with it, man. Read this thing about the 3 strikes law on how the so-called white man did our children when we were in the 90s. Read what happened to our Black fathers in the 90s, and then 20 years later, they decided to legalize the very thing that put us in jail for 25 plus years. They gave you 25 with an L when you were selling drugs. Not even cocaine, not even heroin. You were just selling weed. What's the broad name that's the vice president? Kamala Harris. This dumb bitch, this broad gave us the worst time of our lives. She took Black men and locked them up for 3 to 5 to 10 years for having less than a damn ounce of weed. But now in California, you're legally able to go up to 3 to 10 pounds in your backyard. How the hell does that work? You can go up to 10 pounds in your backyard, but just 20 years ago, they was giving you 25 with an L behind it. That's the way we live. Read this last statistic and we up out of here. Read it out.
3 strikes law. The disparity according to the Nonprofit Center of Juvenile and Criminal Justice means that Black made up 43% of about 1,200 third strike defendants in prison under the law as of December.
So check this out. The brother just read. They love this 40 number for some reason. They said 43% of the brothers that were stuck under the 3 strikes law and had to go serve multiple years, it was 40% of them. 43% of our people having to go serve time. That means that everybody else, they weren't getting time or they was damn near letting them go. Why is it so that half of the people that go to jail always end up being us? But the white man get to go overseas and got 3,000 goddamn military bases all over the world, but he's not the biggest criminal. But for some reason, when it comes to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we gotta go to jail. Oh, them Negroes gotta go to prison. They say we 13% of the population, but we making up 50% of violent crimes. Well, damn, we would be if ain't nobody else going to jail. It seems like we the only ones that go to prison. So of course you're gonna take them numbers and say we're the most violent. But we're looking at all the damn murder, so like all the unalive that happens all over the world and in America, and we don't think we're the problem. Let's read this last one, and we out. Hold on 1 second, here we go. Read that for me, Zabak. Right there, according to a report.
According to a report by the Police Institute in Washington, D.C., during the first 3 years after the law took effect, African Americans were imprisoned under California's 3 strike law at a rate 13 times that of whites.
13 times that of whites. That said, 2 to 3 years after the law was passed, Black people were going to jail at a rate of 13 times higher than whites. Now, there gotta be some damn discrepancy up in there.
There's got to be something wrong with that situation. How can we go to prison 13 times higher than everybody else? I know we ain't the biggest dope dealers on the planet. We ain't got no planes. We don't own no 18-wheelers. We ain't driving no damn submarines over here with the cocaine. That's not us. So how is it that we going to jail 13 times higher than everybody else? Something gotta be wrong. The only way for us to get about this hell is like the scripture said, become the strong man and don't let them bastards bind you. They are gonna go about to and fro in the earth looking for you, looking to see who is gonna fail, who's gonna be ready to take the fall for our race. Ain't none of us gonna take the fall because real black men are on this corner teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the true way to become men of God. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to tell you this one last thing. God don't love everybody. He only loves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and that is in the Bible.
That's right.
Quoted verbatim. Thank you. And my very last thing before I go, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Shalom.